I'm here to teach you some great exercises that will keep your SI joint pain-free and happy. If you've missed my SI joint massage video, go back and watch that too, because it all goes together. Then we massaged and loosened those muscles up. Now we're going to strengthen them so they support the SI joint. It's a real thing. Lazy butt, it's a real thing. It's also called gluteal amnesia. We're going to teach you how to reverse that, and these exercises will give you a lot of bang for your butt. So meet me on the mat. By the way, I'm Cami. I love to teach self-care techniques to people through yoga, self-massage, and proper biomechanics, and that's why I'm here for you. So meet me on the mat. The first exercise that I want to teach you is just something you might already know. It's just chair pose. So with chair pose, we want to keep our pelvis very neutral, straight ahead, all 10 toes straight ahead. And then when we bend at the hips and the knees, we don't want to bend like this. We want to stick our hips out behind us and hinge from the waist like this, and then bend through the knees. If you want to add your arms for extra weight, that's great. So we're just going to hang out here, but I want to see, have you pay attention to where your weight is. Is it more in your toes, in your forefeet, or more in your heels? If it's not in your heels, just shift that back a little more. And then when you stand up from chair, push through your heels and lift. And then bring them back down. Drawing, the core is engaged, and drawing the hips backwards. Push through the heels, lift it up, and exhale down. As you lower slowly, those hips have to work to keep you from just falling to the ground, kind of working against gravity. Sweep it up, push through those heels, extending, building the glutes. We'll do that a couple more times. I recommend even more than that. We'll keep it short for you today so you can learn them, incorporate them, use them. Push those hips back, reach the heels down. Sweep it up, and then we're just going to swan dive down to the floor, all fours. From here, we're going to do a pose called spinal balance or bird dog. So extending the right leg out, the toe pointing down to the ground, kind of look, see if the toes are pointing down. And then if that's enough of a challenge, then you can keep it right there. If you think you can add your left arm extending, then try that. And breathe. It's a little bit tricky to get your balance at first. Core's engaged, everything's back muscles are lit up, but those buttock muscles are really lit up. Now if you kind of lift one hip, those aren't the muscles that we're going for. So even up your hip, I'd like to say if you can serve a plate of food off of your hips, nice and even. And then we're going to exhale and pull the elbow to the knee and then sweep it back out, pushing that heel through the wall. Exhale brings you in. Inhale reaches out. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more time. And reach it. Go ahead and bring that down. If you need to get the toe cramps out like me, wiggle your wrists out. And then come back. And we're going to extend the left leg, evening up the hips. None of this. I'm going to flatten the hips, toe pointing down, right arm reaching out. Keeping, and you can have that toe down, curled, whatever helps you feel more balanced. And we're just going to reach and draw the 2 points away from each other. Really feeling those glutes work. No more lazy butt glutes for us. Waking them up. Waking them up. Take a nice inhale and really reach. Exhale, squeeze the knee and the elbow together. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze. Let's do 3 more. Stay with the breath. Nice, and bring it back. Both hands down. If you want to sink back into child's, and just stretch that out, take a breath there. Feel that breath go right into your low back. One more breath. Stretching the glutes out, the low back out. There's a lot of work going on in those spinal muscles, so this should feel good. Bring it back up, and we're going to take the right leg forward into a nice lunge, trying to stack the knee and the ankle. And then I'm going to put my right hand on my right knee, and I'm going to sweep my left arm up. So that's going to open up these left hip flexors deep all the way into the psoas. So now I'm just going to reach towards the right side, towards that bent knee, and really get an opening there. So we're working the glutes because they're being stabilized, but we're also stretching the psoas. So we're getting kind of a two for one. Take another breath there. And bring it down, and let's switch it up. Going from here, left hand on left knee, sweep that right arm up, reach over to the left or towards that bent knee, and breathe. Couple more deep breaths here. Squeeze the hips together. Good. If that didn't make sense, squeeze the hips together, meaning pull the hips together this way. That'll help with your hip stability and get the stretch you want. Bring that leg back, come into a knee plank, and then we're just going to keep those elbows close to our body as we lower down and prepare for locust pose. Lots of ways to do locusts. Okay, you can have your arms out to a cactus, forward, that's the hardest, Superman style. You can have them beside your arms or beside your body. And then just see how it feels just to lift one leg and down the other leg. You can feel the hamstrings and the gluteals working. So what if you were to lift your chest and head up and do one leg at a time? Or maybe change the shape of your arms, holding your arms up. Or all 4 limbs, bringing them up and curling the tailbone down so you feel some good work, so you don't have that pinchiness in the low back. And if it does feel, the low back still doesn't feel good, you need to squeeze your glutes a little bit more robustly. And go ahead and come down and rest. And you can take breaks if that was too much to do all at once. You can go up and down with the breath. One of my favorite ways to do locusts, we'll do this one more time, is to start with the palms up and then lift all 4 limbs up if that works for your body, your back especially, and then rotate the palms down and sweep the shoulders and the legs up. You're working the whole back seam of the body, often neglected in strength work or just in day-to-day living. So we're going to take another breath here. And then release, kind of spread your legs and maybe rock that tension out of there. Make a pillow for your head, kind of nice. And then I'm going to show you the cobra move that's really good for the hips too. So hands on either side of the shoulders, feet separated, like outside of the mat. Okay, and we're going to press up with the arms, but we're not going to use the arms a ton to do all the work. We want to have our back do most work. So you don't have to come up that high. You can come up whatever is comfortable. And then I want you to inhale as you bring the feet together and exhale as you push them apart. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Two more. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. If you can't feel your glutes yet, just keep going. I can feel them pretty good. Go ahead and release into crocodile pose, little arms, making a pillow, and shake that out. Nice deep breath. That is a winner for waking up that gluteal amnesia. Okay, we're going to move onto our backs now and do a little bit of bridging. So I love, if you have a cordless or a block, you can use it for this. I'm gonna try a block because it gives me a little bit more firmness, but I really like the cordless too. So I'm gonna get my heels close enough so I can touch them, if that's possible. And my feet are about hip distance apart. The block is skinny side in between, okay? And I'm gonna lift the hips up in bridge and bring my arms overhead, just because our arms need to go overhead as often as we can. So I'm gonna squeeze that block and squeeze my hips up at the same time. Excellent for the SI. And then bring it down. You can feel a lot of muscles working. Inhale up, squeeze that block, push your hips up. Feel all kinds of activation in there. And bring them down. Exhale. Inhale up, squeeze the block, squeeze the hips up. Waken those up. And bring them down. Let's do two more, or you can do more, or if your glutes have awakened enough and you've had enough fun, then you can be done. Exhale down. Let's do one more together. Inhale up, press, squeeze the knees in, squeeze the hips up. And then relax. Remove the block. Scoot the feet to the outside edges of the mat and just let them flop. Side to side. Take some sighs if you need. Nice inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And if you are feeling a stretch calling to you, figure four is a lovely one to do. Again, take the right ankle and the left knee, thread the arms, and draw that left knee towards you while you rock back and forth. So a handful of awesome butt builders that will help keep that SI in place, that will make your hips overall much happier. You can switch that up. That feels good. If any of these feel good or effective, please give me a like. And if you want more of these, please hit subscribe. So I feel like I have people that are listening. Thank you so much. We'll be back for more. Don't forget to utilize that other self-massage video. Pair them up. All right. Thank you so much. Namaste.